Oh boy, how would you feel this morning if you woke up with your cat whispering in your ear? Hey, guess what? Bungie just purchased Sony for $3.6 billion. You know, my natural reaction would just whisper back in his ear and tell him, it's about damn time.
Enough to remain have been executed. Do you see?
Well, if anyone knows how to make small, affordable, important accusations, well, Sony definitely took the crown for that category. With the report coming from Brandon Sinclair over at GameIndustry.biz this morning, Sony is buying Bungie for $3.6 billion, responding to Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion just a couple weeks ago. So let's take a look over at the article that was posted this morning. Sony Interactive Entertainment today announced a deal to acquire Bungie for $3.6 billion, the latest in a string of big-ticket consolidation deals in the game industry. After the deal closes, Bungie will be, quote, an independent subsidiary, end quote, of SIE run by a board of directors consisting of current CEO and chairman Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio's current management team. Sony said Bungie will remain a multi-platform studio, with the option to, quote, to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play, end quote. At present, the studio is working on maintaining Destiny 2, expanding the Destiny franchise, and working on a new IP. Well, right there already tells me that that's a direct response, in particularly to Call of Duty being owned by Microsoft now. Because at the end of the day, yes, Microsoft, for Phil Spencer, really, that is, did come out there and say that Call of Duty at present can stay on the platforms that it's located on, obviously Sony's platforms, but we don't know how that deal is going to go down in the near future after the deal is closed for Blizzard, Activision, and Microsoft. So at the end of the day, I think that's a direct response to that accusation in itself, to prepare for Call of Duty being owned by Microsoft now. Because at the end of the day, yes, Microsoft, for Phil Spencer, really, that is, did come out there and say that Call of Duty at present can stay on the platforms that it's located on, obviously Sony's platforms, but we don't know how that deal is going to go down in the near future after the deal is closed for Blizzard, Activision, and Microsoft. So at the end of the day, I think that's a direct response to that accusation in itself, and for Sony pretty much preparing themselves to compete for the next big FPS title on their market, obviously, as far as exclusives go. We already seen what happened with Killzone, which pretty much died out slowly, and Guerrilla Games pretty much came out the open end with Horizon Zero Dawn. So that's already a big franchise, a new franchise that Sony can focus on compared to the Killzone franchise, which wasn't making them, big numbers as much as Horizon Zero Dawn did. But other than that, you have they had Resistance as well, which we already know from Resistance 3 on the PS3 didn't do so well compared to the rest of the franchise, especially Resistance 2. It didn't hold up quite right, and we don't know where the hell Mag is if it's even another type of game like that coming out, which that was Sony's big FPS back in the PS3 days as well. But nothing was being held quite like up to par with Call of Duty. So at the end of the day, we're gonna see that shift in the industry right now when it comes to Call of Duty most likely being a part of a Microsoft and PC exclusive deal, with Sony trying to show, that they can compete with their own FPS, a big FPS game from their end. So the right pick that they already had good relations with was Bungie, and we already know arguably Bungie have that FPS black magic, if you will, that a lot of studios can't compete with, because the mechanics, no matter what you like about Destiny, what you don't like about Destiny, we can all agree that the mechanics for the Destiny franchise is like top notch, even comparable to the Call of Duty mechanics when it comes to FPS shooters out there. So obviously that this is to me a direct answer towards the Microsoft Activision Blizzard purchase. You know, that's my thoughts on it so far. Hopefully, I honestly, the way I really feel about the whole Sony acquiring Bungie, I think they already had a good relationship before, when Destiny 1 first came out, and you know the exclusives were just on the Sony platforms first, was timed exclusives, I think. But other than that, I think they have a good home over at Sony, and yeah, it's a double-edged sword with this monopoly accusations when it comes to the market consolidation going on with these big studios requiring other big studios. But hey, look, Sony pretty much did a smart move with this one, since this was it wasn't a huge purchase, but it was definitely a bigger impact for their catalogs of games to increase to pretty much go against Microsoft catalog of games. And we don't know what's gonna happen with Project Spartacus as well. Well, I say project, but you know what I mean. The Spartacus deal that they have that's supposed to be competing with Game Pass, and that may be another big thing that they're thinking about putting this new the new Bungie FPS IP onto day one to compete with Game Pass as well. So a lot of open doors, a lot of possibilities with Sony. We'll see in the upcoming months as to if, you know, when more news comes out with this, but I think it's interesting. It's very fascinating to see in this climate of you know, in the game industry. So as long as it's pro-consumer, no matter which side is acquiring which. I understand it's kind of probably hard to be pro-consumer when not everybody can play the games they want to play everywhere, but at the end of the day, let's just hope that they make the smartest choices with the choices they already made, they're making. So I'm all for this so far, and waiting to see what happens next. Comment below, tell me your thoughts on this big news, and hopefully you can like and subscribe to my page if you're enjoying it, and looking forward to doing this. This is new for me. Obviously this is the quickest video I probably came out with on this channel. Being that this is definitely a besides the Blizzard and Microsoft accusation, this is big news to really talk about, and I wanted to get it out there as well as to my own thoughts as well. So I want to see how this works. This is a rough draft of what I'm possibly trying to do. I have a busy life like anybody else's, so I don't have much time for myself to do this stuff like that, but I try to make time. So tell me your thoughts, and hopefully you like and subscribe and share. But appreciate the love and support, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.